welcome to this first module. What I'm going to do in this module is go through a brief overview of what is involved in the professional context of counselling. So, the professional context of counselling, obviously one of the most important modules to go through. All of them are important, but this is very important because if you don't get the basics of understanding the professional context right, then this is where it could lead you to break confidentiality. It could mean that you're breaking ethics. So if you don't understand sort of the professional context of counselling, then this could lead to problems for you in terms of being sued, in terms of lots of other things as well. And obviously you want to know the boundaries and stuff of what a counsellor can and can't do and what ethics and stuff. So this module is going to cover a number of them. So what it's going to cover is, first of all, I'm going to give you an introduction to what counselling is. This is the intervention that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to try and make this course practical as I can do as well. Obviously I know you're watching a video and I'm sort of talking, so it can be quite boring. So I'm going to try and get you doing things as much as I can throughout the course. Some of it is theory and some of it is where you just have to listen and take in and take notes as you're listening to this. Go away and research things as well, because that's how we learn, that's how we develop, and that's what we have to do as counsellors. We have to research, we have to go away, and we have to know what we're doing and what we're talking about as well. So that's why I would like you to take as much notes as you can and work with me as much as you can on this. So what is counselling? That is the first unit that I'm going to cover in this module. This is what I'm going to share with you, like I said. The next one is confidentiality. Confidentiality is one of the most important aspects of counselling, both for yourself and for the clients as well who you'd be working with, or clients, if it's couples or family, whatever. So confidentiality needs to be set out in a way that people can both yourself and the client can understand it, and so that it keeps you safe if you need to break confidentiality, because there are times when you may need to break confidentiality, and this is all what I'm going to cover in that unit. The next one is ethics. So ethics are another important unit of understanding the professional context of counselling, because there are ethics all the way through counselling that we have to abide by. So just an example of that is we couldn't counsel sort of a friend or a family, because that wouldn't be ethical, and therefore they wouldn't benefit from it as much as going to see somebody who they don't know. So it would be going against the ethics. Again, breaking confidentiality goes against the ethics. And there is a full ethical framework within the BACP, which we're going to be covering as well. That covers lots of different ethics and stuff like that, which you will be able to download from the website as well, and from the BACP as well if you get it from there. So that's what we're going to be covering there. Boundaries. We need to have boundaries when we're working as a counsellor. Some of them boundaries include what I just talked about then, in making sure that you're not working with people that you know, in making sure that you work in a professional manner and that you don't become friends or any other kind of relationship with your clients, so that it is just a counsellor-client relationship and doesn't become nothing more than that in the future. Just in case the client wants to return, different things like that as well. And obviously I'll cover that in a bit more in detail in terms of time boundaries. Lots of different things when it comes to boundaries, but we will be covering all that in that module if you buy the full course. So the next one is BACP, which I will be talking about. BACP is one of the most recognised professional bodies for counselling and psychotherapy. It's not the only one, there are other ones, and I will give you a brief overview of a few different ones, and I'll go into more detail with the BACP because that's the one that most employers and professional people would ask that you're a member of, and hopefully eventually work towards accreditation with them as well. So we'll talk a bit more about that, and then as always you will be given specific tasks, homework tasks to do at the end of that module, so then you can go away and do it and demonstrate to me that you have learnt what I've gone through with you in the module as well. So you'll be given at the end of that course, not this one, but if you did the full course, at the end of this module you will be given a written piece where you've got to write about what you've learnt about, basically. And so you'll write about that. It'll be 250 words, and you're just writing exactly what you've learned, how it's helped you to develop. So it's like a learning journal. So over the 12 weeks, that's what you'll be doing, is learning journals for every module and for all the different stuff that we're going to be covering. It's a little bit faster because you're doing it online, because obviously there's not as much group work and discussions and things like that, but you will be doing a lot of practical stuff outside of it. So you will be doing 30 hours of work basically for this course. So you will have to do 30 hours, the same as everybody else does, but you'll be doing more outside of the videos, different things like that, and evidencing that, and I'll explain how you can evidence what you do and stuff like that. One is mainly keeping all notes, two is doing the task that I give you, the homework task, and if you do that then you'll have no problem in passing the course as well. Obviously everything, once you've done all the module, you have to keep everything in a file, so I'd encourage you to get a file and keep everything together in that file, and then once you've done it all, then you will send it to me, and I will mark it. Then it will be moderated by the AQA exam board. They will sort of say, yeah, that's a pass, and they'll award you your certificate, and then we'll send that out straight away. So that's pretty much it for the overview of this module, and what I'm going to do now is bring this short video to an end, and then I'll see you in the practical exercise, what we're going to do on what is counselling. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.